And we're live.
We made sure to do all the shilling beforehand because we're professionals.
Yes, and welcome to our professional show, The Radical Tangent. I am one of your hosts, Subconscious Devil, and with me, as always, is Wild
Wow,
Tanuki.
Tanuki. I can introduce myself. I'm a grown-ass adult.
Barely.
Motherfucker.
Okay, so today we've got a very long episode. I'm predicting at least 2 hours. So,
I'd give it an hour 40.
oh, I'm thinking two. I'm thinking two. There's a lot on the list today.
Well, we'll see who wins by the end of this.
Dude, I've gotten really good at predicting the length of the show. Really good. Except for that one time with Rational Shitlord, at which point I would like to formally apologize to him because we didn't get to finish our complete talk.
Yeah, we missed one topic that we were actually very
Which was
excited to
the
talk about.
main topic.
Yeah.
So
That means there's going to be a part 2 with Rational Shitlord, so
yes.
watch out for that.
And I would also like to apologize to everybody if I miss you in the chat. I am running on one screen right now, so everything is fucked. I apologize.
We've
well in
lost
advance.
intelligence. We have lost all intelligence.
Well, my fucking screen died last night while I was about to start streaming some gaming, and boom, just turned off. I unplugged it, replugged it in, restarted my computer, everything, nothing.
Oh, hi, Hack. Thanks for watching.
Is Miss Hack here? Hi, Hack.
Yes, one of us has to.
No,
Watch.
we do not get to the point. The point is, we go wherever the fuck we want. That's why the show is called what it is.
Our show for a reason. Get your
Yes.
own damn show.
Yeah, get your own
Hooker,
damn show.
Blackjack.
Did you say hooker blackjack?
I said hookers and blackjack.
Oh, okay. So, but you know, she does make a good point. Let's go ahead and just get right into the point. We both saw this. We went and saw Atomic Blonde today, but we saw this trailer. Both of us did. It's called The Darkest Hour.
It looks so fucking good.
So this is what I got from it. Obviously, it's a Winston Churchill, I guess, biopic almost. And what it does is it looks at Churchill like as a man and a leader. You know, it takes a look at everything and his interpersonal relationships and his relationship obviously with his wife and then as a leader. And it doesn't just say, okay, here's all the good things about Churchill. You know, it shows everything, and that's what I like about the idea of it.
Yeah, I've always found it interesting with Churchill, just his quotes, his actions during the war, and how people remember him. And I really want to look into him more. This film has really sparked my interest. And the guy who directed this also did The Soloist, which was it was a good movie. Jamie Foxx, Robert Downey Jr. Get the chance, check that shit out.
Wait, what was that?
The Soloist.
Never saw it.
I'm not surprised.
I'm a very simple person when it comes to movies. I like dumb movies that, people beating the shit out of each other and stuff. It's great.
Yeah, that's why we watched Baywatch.
Well, that was a mistake on my part.
Yeah.
There were
Anyways.
mistakes made that day. A lot of mistakes made that day. So it looks like a historical film. It looks interesting. I like history films. I actually watched Dunkirk the other night, which you gave me shit about on Twitter. What the fuck was that about?
I was probably drunk.
Yeah, I said that nothing will make me cry or tear up like a good war movie. And
I just thought you watched Saving Private Ryan again.
No, I watched Dunkirk.
Oh,
It was good.
like I really want to watch it. I'm really excited.
Well, it's on the Amazon.
Ooh, shit. Okay, I definitely got to watch it then.
Yeah, it's under the HBO subscription that I pay for.
Don't say that out loud. We don't need HBO to know this shit.
Fuck HBO. You know, the only reason I got that was so that way I could watch Game of Thrones, and I have not watched Game of Thrones once since I've had it.
Yeah, I feel like I'd do about the same. But you know, that fucking 2-day free shipping.
That's true. But, I mean, the HBO on top of it is more. It's like $10 more or something like that.
No shit.
Yeah. So, anyways, historical movies, war movies, I really like them a lot.
Yeah, so this is like right up his alley. Charismatic leader of the time, plus during the war, absolutely.
Did you see what Hateful just tweeted out?
No.
He tweeted out the link, and then he said the strangest schedule of any podcast. Yes, that is true. We don't have a schedule mainly because my schedule is so fluid.
Yeah.
So fucked. Although I am trying to get every Saturday off so that way we can do the show on Saturdays. Because everybody else does their podcasts on Sundays. I want to do ours on Saturday and ruin the weekend for both of us.
Well, it's either Saturdays or Fridays. Or Wednesdays for some reason.
Well, and the problem...
Why the fuck do people do it on Wednesday?
I don't know.
Anyways.
So... I mean, I guess that's... Although, you know, I saw another trailer while I was at the movies today.
Oh, yeah?
And it's one that I was very skeptical about watching. I was really skeptical about going to see this movie. And we did say we were going to go see it. But this trailer makes me more interested in it. And I'm talking about the It trailer. Did you see that one at the theater?
No, it didn't show up for me, actually. But I'll definitely check it out after we're done with this.
Wait, you didn't watch it?
It wasn't on the list.
Yes, it was. It's in the fucking list right now. It's a second thing on the list right now.
Oh, I thought it just said new trailers for movies. I didn't know it was It.
New It trailer. Makes movie look interesting. That is exactly what it says on our list.
Christ on nails.
So anyways, it looks interesting. I guess we can fucking move on from that now. No, it does the entire thing of, you know, the kid puts his little boat in the stream on the road, and then it goes into the sewer, and then it, you know, says, "Oh, here it is," and then grabs him and takes him, and then talks about how we can all float down here or some shit.
Okay, so it just like elaborates more on the previous trailer.
Yeah, it's just a little bit longer, and it shows more of the jump scare scenes and more just the creepiness.
Also, can I state real quick, jump scares are fucking lazy.
Yes, they are. They are very lazy.
All you're doing is just you're building tension to something that everybody knows is going to happen. It's either you kill the tension with a false jump scare, or you give them the jump scare that everybody knows is coming.
Well, the one that I hate the most is always the one where you think it's going to be a jump scare, and then it's not a jump scare, and then immediately after, it's another jump scare.
Yeah, it's like that. I remember from, I think it was Insidious, where they had the scene where it's like the woman looks in the mirror, sees the woman in the mirror, then turns around, she's not there, then she looks back in the mirror, and she's gone in the mirror. She looks back around, then the woman's right behind her.
Yeah, that's pretty much kind of what I'm getting at. Or like, you know, the cat, and then, oh my god, the killer, like right on the other side. Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. I don't know. I don't know why horror movies decide to do that. You can make movies scary, or at least creepy.
You can make smart horror films.
Yeah, you really can.
It's just people are fucking lazy, and they'll just Yeah, the end of the movie jump scares is bullshit. It's one of the reasons why I think The Strangers is one of the fucking most bullshit movie ever.
I don't remember the end of that movie, so.
All that happens is like the Mormon kids pass, the Jehovah's Witness kids come by. You think the couple's dead, but at the very end, like it turns out the woman survived. And like with one final jump scare, it's cliche. It's cliche to the point that it's buried itself in the ground.
Yeah, it's fucking... I hate jump scares. Jump scares are gay. I don't get the point of them, and I'm wondering if the it jump scares are just for the trailer, because the way that you know how they always do that, like where it'll show like a clip and then the black and then the clip black, and while something's like moving
Yeah,
forward,
the shutter effect.
yeah, but then when you watch the movie, it's not like that.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that may be what the case is with this.
Possibly. I want a smart horror film. I think that's the reason I kind of got knocked off horror for a while, because it ended up just being ridiculous jump scares over and over again. Oh, hey, Chagrin.
Hey, Chagrin, how's it going? You know, and that's why I was really looking forward to, you know, the Saws, like after the first one and the second one. I was looking forward to them because they were intelligent horror films. But then all of a sudden they started doing Saw 4 and 5 and shit like that, and they got ridiculous, and they just kept going with it.
It just became the Jigsaw knows everything will work all the time. There are no flaws. He knows they will work, regardless of how much insanity is involved. Look, I'm going to swallow this tape because I know they're going to fight it inside me, and the game's going to keep going, and I know exactly what this guy's going to do, and that my wife will lose this time. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous. I don't get why they do that. Because the entire, what's the word? The lore behind the first couple films, 2-3 films, was really good. And then they just lose the fucking plot, like halfway through.
Yeah, it's like, can we just accept the fact that everybody's just watching this for torture porn?
Yeah, and you know, I hated when they started calling it torture porn, because they were comparing it originally to, what's that series?
Hostel.
Which Hostel was torture porn. That's what it was. I mean, the first 45 minutes of the first one was basically a really shitty, what's the word? Softcore porn. And then, boom, there's, you know, a little bit of nudity and then people getting their eyeballs burned out with blowtorches and stuff. And the premise of the movie, if they would have done it correctly, was good. But they didn't do it correctly. They just made it torture porn, and it was fucking pointless.
Yeah, that's essentially what they've done now, to be honest with you. With the Saw franchise. Like I said, the first 2 movies, they're good. They're okay. They have some good lore in them. But then after that, it does devolve into like, oh, I can't wait to see how this person's going to die by this crazy trap.
Yeah. And I liked the ending of the second one, because the second one was pretty good. Surprising. It might have been the third. I don't remember. But the ending of it was good. The rest of it was shit. But, I don't even remember the third one. I know I watched it.
I watched all of it because I was just intrigued by the madness.
Yeah.
It's like, what is the insane twist they're going to have now?
This, I've seen all the Saws, but I don't remember it.
The Saw with Linkin Park singer.
Wait.
Wait. The lead singer of Linkin Park was in Saw?
The one that just died? Chester Bennington? He was in a Saw movie?
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll wait for that to come up. I don't know. I'm hoping... I'm hoping that the new one is okay. I don't think it's going to be. I'm going to go see it anyways, but I'm hoping it was okay. I'm hoping it's okay.
Yeah.
Suspect Zero. I've seen something on that. I haven't seen it, though. Maybe I'll have to go see it.
Hazel says it's underappreciated, so we have to watch it now.
Yeah. Well, we also have that entire list of movies to go see, and the list
also,
is,
Hack.
Apparently,
A lot of people had death scenes in Saw films.
Yeah, they really did.
They all just kind of run together for me, to be honest with you.
I feel like, because I, at one point, had...
Oh, fuck. Wait. He was the guy who died because he was, like, super glued to the seat of a car.
Oh, was he? I don't
Yeah.
You know, they all ran together, and I don't really remember them. I remember the first few because I watched them so many times. I'm going to have to actually go through and rewatch them just because it's been so long since I've seen them. I forgot the last few.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like the Final Destination movies, the first one was good, the second one was okay, and after
Dude,
that
oh,
they started.
second one has the best scene, death scene ever. The
Wait,
fucking cheese grater.
I don't remember that.
It's the one where the fucking the car comes up. It has a leak in the gas tank. The gas rolls down into the drainage ditch. Moves over. The woman died. The one woman who's like a total bitch the whole movie uh, dies because her airbag goes off because they're using the jaws of life to open up the car.
Yeah.
She she dies by having the fucking spike go through her head, and she drops her cigarette that she was smoking. It rolls down the hill, goes to the gas line, blows up the car, shoots barbed wire out, and slices the guy to pieces.
And you called that a cheese grater?
Well, I was meant cheese slicer.
Okay, that makes more sense. But yes, I agree. I also like the one where the plate glass falls on that guy.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, it wasn't even on a guy. Wasn't it on the chick from the first movie?
No. It was the guy because he got out of the dentist's office and he almost choked because the mobile thing dropped into his mouth.
Yeah. Okay.
And he
So,
like chased the pigeons and the glass dropped and he fucking died.
so
No, I will say, the best death I've seen by shattered glass is in Bride of Chucky, where Tiffany tosses the fucking champagne bottle and hits the mirror above their heads, and just shards of glass come rain down on them.
actually, Hack, further along in the series, there's a copycat that actually does that. He just rigs them to kill people. There's no way to win it. It's part of the plot.
Yeah,
Um,
and also Jigsaw's obscene godly knowledge of everything.
yeah. So there's a. Oh, speaking of just, complete shit horror films, there's one coming up sometime this year. I don't remember when, but it's called The Vault. It stars James Franco and Francesca Eastwood, who's actually the daughter of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
And I only added her. I've never heard of her before, but I added her because Clint Eastwood. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Clint Eastwood, you gotta give him some props.
So the basic premise of the film is these two sisters are forced to go rob a bank. So they get some guys. They go rob a bank, and they're told to go down to a secret vault that has all the money in it. They open the vault and the ghosts get out and they kill people. And basically, the way I described it was, let's see, where is it? The Vault. Horror movie based around a bank heist. Ghosts and shit. That's, yeah. No, this movie, go ahead.
No, it's just about how we both feel about this movie is already in our notes. In our list, it's horror movie based around a bank heist, ghosts and shit. Which is that's the whole plot. That really is the whole plot.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like what's those fucking movies with the where the people are filming themselves to try and see the ghosts in their house.
Oh, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, it has a feel like that almost, and it's played out. Fucking move on. Get something better.
Yeah, it's just there's ghosts. You could have made like a thing where the if they actually did this, it'd be cool. The ghosts are actually the victim of James Franco because he kills them and their ghosts are just stuck in this vault and he saves them there to do his bidding or some shit.
That might be what it is, though.
Yeah, that might be interesting, but I know the writers of this horror film are not that smart.
Oh God, it looks like Jump Scare City.
Yeah, it really is. That was the entire trailer. Is like, oh, look at this ghost that's behind her. Now it's right beside her.
And then look at the group of people that's surrounding this one guy.
Yeah, Hack. I am looking forward to Disaster Artist. That looks fantastic.
I don't know.
But that's not the topic right now. It's a shitty fucking movie because fucking people can't make horror movies correctly.
Yeah, and
because at this point they're just fucking assembly lining it right out the door.
Yeah. Oh, that okay. Um, Speaking of shitty movies, Suburbicon.
I think this looks great.
I am not looking forward to this at all.
I am totally looking forward to this.
But then again, I never watched Men Who Stare at Goats.
You keep saying, what does that have to do with anything?
George Clooney's directing it. It feels like the same movie.
It looks the same aesthetically. Like the cinematography looks kind of the same, like the more like saturated colors and whatnot. But this is Men Who Stare at Goats was a story about a journalist who was tracking down a CIA conspiracy of psychic powers. This one is a guy who's just a family man, gets pushed to the brink because he got involved in the mob, and then he loses his shit and starts like taking his life back by killing him. How's that the same?
They feel the same. I didn't say they were the same.
Feel the same.
I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. You know I'm eventually moving near you, and you may have more knives than me, but I know how to use mine correctly.
Oh, okay. That's fine. But you're still not going to stab me. We may beat the shit out of each other, but you're not going to stab me.
Well, no, see, here's the thing. If we get into a fist fight, you are going to kill me. But if I stab you, you will not kill me.
Yes, but you will kill me. Well, you may not kill me, but I'm going to be in critical condition.
I won't kill you. I'll maim you a little bit. You know, you'll have a cool scar. Chicks take scars, right?
Well, I got plenty of scars on me already. I don't need to add to that.
Well, I mean, I'm talking facial scars. It'll be great. You'll enjoy it. It'll be fun.
You say that every time.
When do I lie to you?
All the time. Anyways, so this movie, the reason it's interesting to me is because I like the idea of an everyday man getting pushed to the brink and having to do whatever it takes to protect his family.
Well, his wife gets killed.
His wife gets killed, but that's like the breaking point for him. Like,
yeah,
he's about to tip, and then they come back, and then they like go for his son, and then they push him all the way over. And that's fucking interesting.
Oh, God. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, I may go see it if you want me to because I owe you.
God, I've watched so many movies on my own at this point and had to review them by myself.
One movie on your own.
Ash vs. Evil Dead.
That's not a movie, that's a TV show. And I didn't know we were supposed to be reviewing that.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
And not only that, but Prison Break. Boom.
True.
Which I never did a review of it anyway, so.
Anyways. Okay, our terrible taste in movies aside, let's talk about an actual decent film. Thor Ragnarok came out with a new trailer this week.
I love the 80s feel of these trailers. I just love it.
I know. And see, I'm rereading Ready Player One, and it's like it's really giving me in the mood to like it's giving me that 80s nostalgia feel, even though I didn't grow up in it. I love a lot of the series and music and whatnot from that time period. And man, watching the trailer with like the neon glow and the soundtrack, it just, oh.
Okay, doesn't the Ready Player One logo look like some of the flashes, like when they were like talking about Thor Ragnarok and it flashed the symbol or whatever? Or, you know, it was saying, you know, this person's in it. It had that 80s neon glow thing going on. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks fun. So you get a little bit more in depth in this one as far as what happens after Thor and Hulk fight. And
yeah, it's afterwards they finally talk about things and they discuss what's happened and what's going on. You get a little bit more context of things.
Yeah, and you see the new villain. I don't remember if you see the villain before or not.
My question is this like this is the goddess of death, and then is there like the death, like the woman character who's in the Marvel universe? Is this the same character? Are they two different things?
What do you mean? Oh,
Okay.
oh, from like the one that what's
The
his
one
name?
that Thanos is in love with, that is in love with Deadpool.
I wonder that. I doubt it, only because I don't know. I don't think so, but because Deadpool is part of the X-Men series, and this is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe series.
Yeah, that's true.
So, they're not exactly the same thing. At least in this. I mean, it might actually be the same character. So, I mean, you get a little bit more into the timeline of everything. We're burning through these really quick, by the way. We may be done in an hour and a half.
Yeah, we may have both been wrong.
Actually, I don't think it's gonna be that short because the Atomic Blonde is gonna take a long time.
Yeah, probably.
So, I mean, I think we're pretty good on the movie trailers. We can now move on to the TV trailers. How do you feel about doing that?
I'm good with that.
So we don't want to talk about Thor Ragnarok anymore. We're done with that.
I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, it's essentially a modified version of Planet Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, which we've talked about before, actually. So we can move on. Star Trek Discovery. Now, you remember how the last time we talked about Star Trek Discovery, I mentioned that they were going to move more away from the, we don't fight unless we absolutely have to, and
yeah, I was gonna mention that too, where it just feels like they swapped out. Hey, we're explorers with. Hey, we're the fucking military. We're gonna beat your fucking ass.
Well, and then they also got rid of the entire main characters never die for the entire like Walking Dead main characters can die. Nobody's really safe.
Oh, so they fucking Game of Thrones this shit.
Basically, the funny part about that is the woman who plays Sasha in The Walking Dead, who died at the end of this last season, which you didn't know about. Hello, good, congratulations. You
No, I know she died.
Okay, so you're good. You actually caught up.
Yeah.
Oh, good, because The Walking Dead's going to be starting up soon. We're going to have to do an episode on the first episode.
God damn it.
So, Sasha is going to be playing the captain of Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, now that you mention it and remembering what she looks like, yeah, that is her.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I saw it and I'm like, I gotta look up, blah, 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 and I cannot pronounce her fucking first name. I'm sorry, I just can't. But yeah, so that's really the only. I mean, we get a trailer for it. It looks interesting. They're in a war with Klingons.
Oh, Christ on nails! You weren't kidding about her first name.
Yeah, Senecoya or Saniqua, something like that.
I think it's Saniqua. I'm pretty sure.
So, the one thing that I really don't like about this is they didn't really go with like the way the Klingons look. They didn't go with the new movies. They didn't go with the old way that they looked. They kind of went somewhere completely different. They made their like brow come out in front of their nose, and then their nose kind of like the bridge of their nose points out further than their brow, like way further than their brow does. It looks really weird. I'm not sure how I like that.
Yeah, they look different from any Klingon I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is a new series. They can do what they want.
You know what? I will give you that. They can do what they want. But I'm sorry. You can't just fucking change the shape of a canon race's head. That would basically
especially with a series that has such long-running canon.
Yeah, I mean, well, don't get me wrong. They've changed it pretty much every time. But you have a movie series going right now. Why are you going to fuck everything up by making this other thing? I mean, not only that, but Worf from The Next Generation, kept going in several series. And now they've basically made it to where Worf cannot be in this, which Worf, he was in so many series.
Well, which one is this taking place in?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's set 10 years before the events of the original series. So this is before even Kirk.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's very weird, actually. But they've gone away from the the socialist utopia type deal, in a way. They're not in the land of plenty; they're just in the land. So it's just a completely different feel, basically, for the movie, and that's okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or for the show, whatever. You know what I mean? It's not something that I'm super looking forward to.
It's fascinating, but not extremely fascinating.
Yeah, and Hateful, that's kind of what I was getting at, was they've changed it pretty much every time to kind of update the look with the new technologies as far as prosthetics and things like that. But
I would say Worf probably feels the best, though.
Yeah, he really does. He looks the most real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, actually, very interesting fact. The guy who plays Worf actually had a way softer voice than he has now, because he played Worf for so long that his voice actually got deeper just from playing Worf.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
He had second puberty.
Yeah, he did. Oh, God. So, speaking of socialist hive minds, let's talk about American Horror Story Cult. 2 new teaser trailers were dropped recently. I know you have something to say on this, so.
It's just the only thing I really have to say is I still, to this point, I find it ironic that Lena Dunham is going to be in a role in a TV show about a cult.
Yes.
Of a hive mind. I find that very fascinating. Very interesting pick.
Yeah. Well, so basic idea of what we've seen so far is it's either some sort of hive mind, and that's what I think it probably is. Maybe some sort of hive mind, or like a leader controlling everybody. But
well, I mean, the bee imagery plays heavy in all of it.
Yeah, even in the posters for it and stuff like that.
And also, like, even the noses of all the clowns in the trailer had a honeycomb look to them.
Oh, there was one thing I noticed. One of the eyes on one of the clowns actually kind of looked like the new Pennywise. But one of the things that was very interesting is that I know that all the American Horror Story seasons are kind of interwoven in a way, because you get Pepper. She was originally in the Asylum show, and then she showed back up earlier in the timeline in Freak Show, which actually comes after, which actually aired after Asylum. It's really interesting the way that works, but Twisty the Clown is coming back in this one, so it has to either be before or something happened after Freak Show, because he dies in Freak Show. You don't know what this means because you haven't seen it, but honestly, I suggest you watch it. The seasons are really good. They're all individual stories, but they all have interconnectedness throughout.
Okay, it sounds interesting. It's just at the time when they were coming out, it was prior to when I had access to the internet, so I didn't have the ability to watch them. But Netflix,
yeah, all of them are on Netflix currently. The new one that just aired recently,
Roanoke.
Yeah, Roanoke will actually be coming onto Netflix around the same time that this season starts. So it'll give you plenty of time to catch up.
You say that.
Well, the seasons are really long. They're like 20 episodes each, and they're an hour-long episodes.
Fuck me dead.
I think they're 20. They might be a little bit less or a little bit more. It just depends, I think.
Do you realize how long that's going to take me to watch? At least a week.
Check the Discord.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just mixed feelings, I guess. I don't know. I've never been into, like, horror TV shows. I never really watched Bates Motel.
Bates Motel really isn't worth it. In my opinion, I didn't like it very much. It doesn't... I would have been more into the Bates Motel if it would have been set back in the 40s and 50s, like the original movie was set in the 50s. But, you know, they've all got cell phones and shit like that. It gets really fucking convoluted and weird.
It always sucks when that happens.
But yeah, you know what I think we should do? I think we should do an episode, you know, watch all of the American Horror Stories up to date, and then do an episode on it, because it's very interesting. I think you'll like the show.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, we don't have to do it. But okay, so
yeah, I think they do, from what brief information I have from it, Hateful.
Well, I mean, as you know, Hateful, I don't know if you've seen the show very much, but as you know, they take like a very simple, basic idea, and then they roll it into something else. They make it completely different. It's really interesting. Yeah, that's the wrong one, Tanuki.
I realize that.
I tweeted it out to you again.
Yeah, I know.
So speaking of same universes and all that good shit, let's talk about what's new with the X-Men TV show.
The Gifted.
The Gifted, yeah, that's what it was called. Comes out on October 2nd. We've got a new trailer for it. I don't know if it's the first trailer or if it's the second trailer, but
I think it's the first trailer, because I'm not seeing any other information aside from this.
Yeah. It's very interesting, the way that this is going about it. You know, you have it's really convoluted how everything, how like the father is the bad guy and the mom's a good guy and the kids are mutants and they're running away and blah 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 blah, blah and all this craziness, right? None of it fucking makes sense, as far as we can tell from the trailer. When it gets into the show, obviously it'll explain it, but just from the trailer, it looks really convoluted as to whether or not the father is a bad guy or a good guy.
From what I saw, the father originally was part of the mutant hunting squad, or the unit in the government to hunt down mutants, and then he finds out his kids are mutants, and that changes his perspective, as it does as many a plot point in many a film.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, my kids are these mutants. I'd do anything for my kids. I need to betray the government that I've been sworn into and gave my life to and whatnot, and give up my job to save them. But what I do like about this is I like that we're seeing mutants not on a side of the Brotherhood or the X-Men, but just trying their own faction.
Yeah, just trying to survive almost, yeah. Which we actually do have. There are some of the mutants that are shown, that you kind of get a basic idea of who the main characters are. So the first one that I saw was Eclipse, and really the only thing that I could find on him, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't read the comics very much, but from what I've been able to find, he absorbs and manipulates photons. So basically, on a atomic level, he controls things. I don't know exactly what he does with it.
Basically, he just shoots them out as a beam, essentially.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, we know Heroes. It's basically Heroes, but with Marvel actually backing this one.
I mean, you could argue a lot of shit is Heroes, but then you could also say that Heroes kind of nitpick some stuff from a lot of different other series.
Yeah.
It's chicken egg.
Yeah. Then we have Blink, who was actually in Days of Future Past, the one with the teleportation portals.
Yeah,
Did you
I'm
notice
actually
that?
excited. Yeah, I'm excited about that actually.
I liked Blink. Blink is a good character. It's one of the few ones that I actually knew what the fuck it was. So Blink was pretty cool. And then there's one that's actually, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, is this like Magneto's daughter or something? Because there's Polaris, who controls magnetism just like Magneto does. Did you
Yeah,
notice that too?
it's a bit strange.
I was just like, what the fuck are we watching? And then there's another one, Thunderbird, the one with the Thunderbird tattoo on his arm, that apparently glows for some reason at one point or
And
another.
sees the future.
Yeah, because he's got heightened senses or something. He has superhuman strength and speed. He doesn't even honestly seem that special, but apparently he's the fucking leader.
Oh, hey Mo, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Mole. I don't know you, but hi.
Oh, he's a nice guy.
Well, I'm glad he has come to join us.
Yeah, hateful. I realize how
Exactly
cliche.
how exactly that is Heroes. Yeah, we know. I actually liked Heroes.
I like the first season.
Everybody liked the first season. Save the cheerleader, save the world. Yeah, we know.
Except that didn't even make any fucking sense.
Well, yeah, it did, because they were. What was the name of the bad guy?
Siler.
Siler. Because Siler was trying to find her so that way he could just regenerate like she does. And then take over the world without having to worry about dying.
Still, it's fucking silly.
It is silly, but, you know. You know, Hateful, we would love to stop talking about comic things, but all the things are comic things now. All of them.
Yeah. Every fucking movie of interest is a comic thing.
Including Atomic Blonde, based on a comic book.
Yeah, The Cold City.
Yay for this. So.
Yeah, this is what happens when Hollywood runs out of plot points. They steal it from other mediums all the time. Everything becomes a rehashing of everything else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that they don't have creative writers. Not my fault.
And I'm sorry that I haven't been reading comic books for 20 fucking years. Maybe if I had, I would be better at my job. But I'm not.
It really is fucking ridiculous that every single fucking thing that comes out is, in some way, a comic book source material.
We'll put it this way. We could become like a horror movie and TV show podcast. But I'm not. I don't want to. I want
so much other shit I want to talk about, as well as horror films.
Just because I haven't read the comics doesn't mean I can't appreciate the characters. Okay, so fuck you, Hateful.
And I mean, actually, reading some of the comics improves the characters for what you know them as, so it could bring you back to it.
I know,
like reading fucking Wanted. Like after watching the movie Wanted, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna read the comics. It's like 6 comics. Oh my god, the comics blow the goddamn movie out of the water.
You know what's funny about that is I was like, it was probably right before this past season of The Walking Dead. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to read the comics. So I found a place online I could read the comics. And guess what? The comics are way better.
like have you ever read the series Hitman?
No.
It's not based off the game, but it's based off this DC character known as the Hitman, and it's fucking amazing. God, it's such a good fucking series.
You know what, Hateful? Here we go. Me and you are going to get together, and you are going to tell me where to start reading these comics, because I don't know where to start. That's honestly why I don't read it. Is because...
No.
Like, I fucking know. I didn't... besides...
Magneto claims to be his daughter, but I don't think she is.
No, and besides, we know that, what the fuck is that guy's name? The really fast guy. Quicksilver. Quicksilver is Magneto's son. I know that. I'm not an idiot.
Actually, Quicksilver's the son of gypsies, and in this very convoluted storyline, it's Magneto makes them think that he's their father.
I seriously, I'm going to fucking stab you.
Alright.
But yes, the Walking Dead comics, the graphic novels are great. I did love them. I'm actually reading Crossed right now, which I wish they could make into a movie, but they can't. So, there's that.
I really want to start reading Preacher. Also,
from
Hack Slash, Hateful. Have you read Hack Slash? If you haven't, then go fuck yourself.
So,
because that's a good fucking series.
So basically, Hateful says that the TV show Preacher is a bastardization of the comic. Just so you know.
I've not even watched Preacher. I just want to read the comic.
No, and Hateful, I know I don't have to read all the stuff, but I need a basic idea of where to start and what to read, because honestly, there's so much. There's so much to read. I mean, we've got
fucking decades.
At least 60 years worth of stuff.
And I mean, that's kind of what they did with the New 52, where they completely restarted things. So it's like, hey, you kind of have a jumping off point.
So, anyways, let's move on to the last couple characters here. So I read a theory on these characters of who they could be. They could actually be villains later on in the series, based on the Von Strucker twins, who were the twins of a Hydra agent during Nazi Germany. And they were experimented on by their father. They become white supremacists and take up the mantle from their father after he dies, and become Hydra agents as well after the fall of the Third Reich. So there's that.
Yeah.
So that's just a theory. I mean, because...
Okay. You own every issue of Hack Slash. So do I. Okay. We're on the same playing field.
Besides, we're not talking about that. We're moving on from that. We're moving on to the Defenders, because we're done with the Gifted.
Okay.
Okay, the Defenders now. Because this is getting really, really way off base. We need to bring it back in and talk about more comics.
Goddamn. Everything's based off a comic at this point. You know what? Fuck it. Shawshank Redemption is based off a comic.
No, it's not.
I actually did watch that again.
So, the Defenders. We got a new trailer. Well, we have a trailer. Well, a new trailer for the Defenders.
Yes.
Which comes out August 18th, which I didn't see it, but apparently you saw that, and apparently it comes out on August 18th.
Yeah, 8 episodes. Yay, miniseries.
Which you had read this was going to be the final miniseries in this, but we also found out afterwards that was bullshit, and they have slated... What do they have slated? They have another Luke Cage, another Jessica Jones, and another Daredevil slated to come out in 2018. So, there's that.
Yeah, I was actually kind of worried because I like watching the God, now Stags is hey Stags, but now he's just spamming insults.
We don't need a format. We have transcended format. So fuck your format.
Up your ass with broken glass.
Or something to that effect. So anyway.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to hear about this, because that means in a few short weeks I finally get to add on to. Yeah, I'm just really excited to see the next step in this story, because all of these seasons, like, yeah, it's hit and miss with some of them, but overall, I kind of like all the stories that have been put forth in all these series.
And don't get me wrong, I know Iron Fist had some glaring problems, but I like the idea of continuing it anyways. With this, maybe it will fix the problems and get, a good story going. Oh, and,
Yeah.
And also Punisher is going to be coming out later this year, by the way. So anyways, continue with your thing with the stuff.
No, it's just I see a lot of people who are giving shit to this series and whatnot. Nothing's greater than the format. I beg to differ. Have you ever had a good fucking taco? Amazing.
Okay,
anyways.
First off, you want to know what's greater than the format? Us, because we don't fucking need no format. Did that work?
No, probably not.
Fuck
April's just gonna come at us. Even worse.
Fuck the format. I'm gonna just say it. So, anyways, I don't know. The one thing
I am excited to see more of Jessica Jones, because that was my favorite series out of all of them.
You know what? Jessica Jones comes second after Daredevil for me.
No shit. I think my order is Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Iron Fist, then Luke Cage.
See, mine goes Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, then Iron Fist.
Yeah, I admit, like, I like the kung fu fights, even though they're poorly choreographed.
Yeah,
but
you can tell he's not an actual fighter.
Yeah, it's just I kind of like the story arc of Danny Rand. It's because it was more uplifting than a lot of the other series that were on Netflix at the time. Because basically it was like all gloomy and shit,
Yeah,
and all like sad.
13 Reasons, yeah.
Fucking hell.
I don't know why that fucking show is like, oh, you should watch this. No, I don't want to watch that. Fucking, I don't understand Netflix's. I haven't watched Saints in like 2 weeks. I need to catch up because I'm a bad person.
Yeah, we're terrible people.
So the one thing that bothers me about this is it brings back Elektra and Stick, who are both from Daredevil. So it almost feels like a Daredevil season 3 to me with extra characters. I'm wondering how that's going to play out. I mean,
you have that habit all the time. It's like, this is like this.
And?
You went the same way with Legends of Tomorrow. It's like, this is a sidekick show.
That's because it actually is.
No, it's not. It's
Legends
just
of
like
Tomorrow
sub-heroes.
It took all the sidekicks and said, hey, you know what? You guys aren't doing good enough on your own or with these other guys. We're going to send you out together. And then...
Just because they're in a specific main character show does not make them a sidekick.
Okay.
Firestorm is an amazing fucking character.
Firestorm is a sidekick. Now, here we go. Arrow introduces the Flash. Flash gets his own TV show. He is a superhero. He has... Wait,
if your argument is that they get a TV show, then they all get their own TV show, so it's validated.
No, it's not. Because Flash has a sidekick named Firestorm. Arrow has a sidekick named the Black Canary. Hey, look at that. We throw them together
Flash
and they have
a sidekick called Kid Flash.
Yeah, now he does, but he started out with Firestorm.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Firestorm came before Kid Flash.
Now, if we're talking sidekicks, then the Arrow was his first sidekick.
No, he was Arrow's first sidekick. Well, he wasn't even Arrow's first sidekick. The Flash was not Arrow's first sidekick, but he was a sidekick for one episode, and then he went off and got his own TV show and had his own show. Whereas all these other little people got together and said, hey, we're going to have our own show, but we're all going to do it together. So we're all going to be each other's sidekicks, and there's no hero.
God, you are just like See that? So anybody who's not in the Justice League essentially is not counted as an actual hero. They're all sidekicks.
No, that's crap. That is crap, and you know it.
So Vibe doesn't count as an actual hero.
What the fuck is a vibe?
Motherfucker. You don't even know.
Yes, Speedy was Arrow's sidekick. Yes,
Speedy was Arrow's sidekick.
But I'm saying what I'm saying is, in the context of these shows, the CW shows, they took sidekicks from two or three different shows and made.
Okay, then what about the heroes that weren't in those shows?
Like who?
Like Major Steel.
Wait, which one was Major Steel?
Major Steel was the guy who had a high-end historical degree, like historical lineage degree and whatnot, and figured out that all the heroes were alive, or that time had changed slightly.
Okay. Yeah, but even in that show, okay, we'll put it this way. If you're going to call the Black Canary, Firestorm, and the Fire and Ice guys heroes, Major Steel, or no, his grandson is a sidekick. Those other guys are just a subplot.
There's just no winning with you.
It's because you're wrong.
No, it's because I'm right, and you just like seeing things in a different way.
Okay. Okay, Mole. They can all be heroes. Just like, okay, they can be heroes. Just like Robin eventually becomes Nightwing and becomes a hero. First, he was a sidekick. He had to evolve. So far, they haven't evolved. They haven't done anything.
So you're saying White Canary hasn't evolved as their leader?
No, not really. I don't feel like she is. Honestly, she does not feel like that to me. She feels like a temporary placeholder waiting for the fucking captain to get back.
And the captain gets back, and the captain doesn't feel like he belongs on the ship.
Well, then they wrote a shitty plot.
That's basically all the CW shows at this point. Except for Supernatural's
I haven't even caught up on Supernatural. We're not going there.
Segues are hard, so Westworld.
At least this is something that we can agree on for the most part, I think.
Yeah.
So Westworld, we get a trailer for Westworld. What was really interesting is they find a white tiger in Westworld from the Japanese section. From the samurai section, I should say.
I actually really want to see the samurais in action. I really do.
You know, I just want to see a continuation. I don't care where it goes. It's just such a good show. Very well written, unlike some of the other things that we've talked about today. I really... Oh, God, you fucking hate me right now, don't you?
Yeah, pretty much. No, Mole. We're done with that. Or else we're going to be here for 5 hours. I guarantee it.
Yeah, and I have 2 hours before I have to... I'm going to meet Base Mama. We're going to go hang out. That's the sound of jealousy right there.
Is it? Is it really? No, I really miss her. Tell her I said hi.
Okay, I will.
Anyways.
So, we have to have a show. Westworld trailer. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say about it, really, because we don't...
I beg to differ.
Okay,
because
go for it.
Madness has ensued.
Of course.
Like it's the prisoners are let loose, the wardens are gone. Well, the wardens are there, but they have no power anymore. And all the hosts have finally realized that their entire existences were a lie.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I mean, all of those decommissioned hosts showing up topside at the gathering at the end of the season 1.
But we're not talking about season 1. We're talking about season 2. All you see is Thandi. What's her last name? The woman who plays the
Doris Abernathy.
yes, her.
Dolores Abernathy, my apologies. But yeah, you see her riding a horse, firing at what we can only assume as guests to the park. So it's
No, not her. Thandi, the black chick, the one that plays the madam. She goes into that control room and all the controllers are dead, right? But it's her and one other person. That's it.
well, she brings in somebody that I've not seen before.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's one of the decommissioned hosts.
Well, it's either one of the decommissioned hosts or it's a guy who has the ability to access things.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Like we said, we're kind of making our own assumptions.
Because we have almost nothing to go on, really. I mean, we knew that the samurai were going to come into it at some point, and then there's the white tiger, which makes it obvious. I don't know. What else do you have to say? You had stuff to say.
Well, we see the actual guards come in with dune buggies, which would not have occurred unless it was an actual emergency.
Yeah.
We see and we see massive death within the walls of Westworld HQ and the laboratories and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we see trying to get his name right. Bernard. We see Bernard riding with the guards. So did he betray the hosts? Is he held captive? Like, what's going on there?
See, the interesting thing is does Hannibal Lecter come back?
I think he's dead. I think he's gone dead.
Is he dead? Okay.
Yeah, I think Dolores shot him dead.
But no. It's so difficult.
Well, I mean, they didn't show him where he got shot. They just showed her shooting him and then him clinching up and then falling to the ground. We don't even know if his consciousness is on a drive somewhere and he gets put into a host.
Yeah, that's so...
His mind could be in that older model host of him as a child.
It's oh god, there's just so much.
Yeah. I do have to say one of my favorite scenes from season 1 is when the madame is up and she's trying to understand how she's a host, and they show her speech patterns, and she's talking and it shows the dialogue running along, and she tries to say something different and she just can't.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful fucking scene.
Just
the realization of self-discovery.
The realization that you're not real.
Yeah.
That was really interesting. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to Westworld season 2. It was such a good show. I was really pissed. Didn't we originally read that it wasn't going to be out until 2019 or something?
I thought it was 220.
Some craziness like that, but it'll be next year. Thank God for that.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the land of the internet where nothing is true or sacred.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
I don't want to think of that movie.
It's not even a movie. It's a game.
I know it's a game, but oh man.
Thank you, Mole. I appreciate that. It's just so. But anyways, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the episode. Would you like to get into the meat and potatoes of the episode?
Yes, I would. Atomic Blonde, everybody.
The format is not sacred. Fuck the format. We don't have a format. The Saints can have a format, and their format can be sacred. Fuck the format.
Let's just burn it all down.
I hate our viewers. They're assholes.
Yeah, that's why I like our viewers.
That's actually why I like our viewers, too. Okay, so let's get into the Atomic Blonde.
Now, as we said before, as everything else with this goddamn fucking show today. Atomic Blonde is based on a goddamn graphic novel. You can't escape it. You really can't.
Yeah.
The graphic novel is The Coldest City. And this is all based around Cold War
End
Russia.
of Cold War.
Yeah, the end of Cold War, right before they broke down the Berlin Wall.
Yeah. So, I want to point out one thing. I don't know if you caught this, but did you notice that it's a completely anti-communist movie?
Is it?
It is completely anti-communist.
Huh.
There is a scene. You remember when they take the guy, they throw him in the trunk, and then they take him to the embassy, and then they punch him and say, "I want to leave a present for the fascists."
Oh yeah.
I want to just point out one thing. They called the communists fascists. Moving away from the political discussion.
Okay, we're not going to get to a political discussion with this.
I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
Now, continue with your description of the movie.
Now, this is a story based around the plot of this list they're trying to find of all of the British intelligence agents. And this list is very, very important.
And it even has the name of a double agent,
which is called the Satchel. Now, no one is sure who the Satchel is. No one.
I don't even think the Satchel knows who the Satchel is at this point.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. This movie was okay, real quick. Did you like the movie?
I love this movie.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed every second of this movie.
Yeah. Okay. Want me to tell you my favorite thing about this movie?
Go for it.
I liked the brutality of the fight scenes and how the damage done to the person was actually realistic, unlike any other fight scene ever in a movie.
Well, you want to know probably why? It's because the person who directed this also directed
John Wick.
John Wick.
Yeah, you told me. That was so
Are arguably one of the best action movies ever.
Yeah. I think that the brutality of it and just like, you know, the bleeding and the bruising and everything, it looked so good. Oh, actually, that's not my favorite part. My favorite part? Titties in the first 3 minutes of the movie.
You're happy they're bringing back an old staple of this style of movie? Just tits and violence.
Yeah, I like explosions and boobs. I'm a guy.
America,
motherfucker.
Yeah, there really does have to be like more artistic nudity.
There doesn't even have to be artistic nudity, just more nudity.
And you don't like Game of Thrones.
I actually do like Game of Thrones. I just haven't. It was so long in between the times that I watched it that I have to go through and rewatch the whole damn thing. Probably starting with season 2 because I don't like the way.
What's up, Finer?
Hey, Finer. Yes, everybody loves explosions and titties. Everybody does.
Even girls like explosion titties, but they won't say it out loud.
Well, we do have one friend who was in here earlier, a hack, who would definitely admit it.
Oh, yeah.
Hack would love the titties.
She loves them big old anime titties.
Yeah, she does. And in fact, you see more than one pair of titties in this. You see one pair of titties several times, but...
And then they have a total lesbian scene. Well, total girl on girl, because I believe the lead character is bisexual.
Yeah. I love it. So anyways, let's get into the actual point of the movie besides titties and explosions.
Yeah. It's just like the story of this agent who's supposed to go in and retrieve the list of all of the agents before the Satchel gets a hold of it and double crosses the the it's MI5,
MI6.
MI6.
You're close.
So
Um,
yes,
that so obviously, Charlize Theron plays the main character. James McAvoy plays her contact in East Berlin, which is the part that has the wall around it. Um, the probably the funniest parts of this movie are when he is in it and he's like the funniest part about this was he was trading American goods like jeans and hustlers and stuff like that for information. It was a really good tactic, actually.
yeah, it really is amazing how easily people are swayed by just creature comforts.
Yeah. Well, and actually, one of the funniest things that I liked about the movie was when Charlize Theron holds up a hustler and she's like, "I see you've been reading," and he's like, or something about Larry Flint, and he's like, he's a champion of free speech. And you know what? I don't know if you've ever seen The People versus Larry Flint, but he really, really was a champion of free speech. That's
Oh, damn.
He's still alive. You have to watch that movie. It's so good.
Okay, deem it to me.
I believe it's on Netflix.
Yeah, but if I don't have a name for the thing, or is it
But
just like
it's
People
called
versus Larry Flint?
The People versus Larry Flint.
Okay, I'll watch it.
It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Now,
That and titties. I mean, so, anyways, continue. Yeah, you were going to say something.
so the entirety of the film is just them trying to get the list or trying to understand the information behind the list and whatnot. So the entire time throughout the film, it's this cat and mouse game with her versus the satchel.
And her versus the KGB versus the CIA versus MI6 versus
Splinter groups, and it's
James McAvoy's character, and it's insane how convoluted but direct this plot is.
Yeah, and I really have to say, one of the things that makes this movie is the entire soundtrack.
You know what? That's actually in my notes. I was going to say the music is phenomenal, and this is exactly what I wrote. The music was phenomenal, really fit the time and tone of the movie and the area of the world in the movie.
And on top of that, it's all in Russian. So it's actually accurate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't really remember. No, the beginning scene. No, but that was in London, wasn't it? Because they do. Anyways, really, really good soundtrack. It's all 80s, all pop, all punk, all rock.
It truly feels like this just came out of the comic book.
Yeah. And actually, I wanted to talk about something too.
Okay.
Have you noticed that the music choices for movies lately has just been getting better and better?
Yeah. Oh man, it's almost like the director of this film took a note from Edgar Wright, because Baby Driver's fucking soundtrack is on point.
Well, and that you know, it's really funny that did the director of this also direct John Wick 2?
I don't think so, actually. I think that was a separate director.
Because I mean, John Wick had a really good soundtrack to it, but John Wick 2, like even though, like I mentioned when we did the review of John Wick 2, the dubstep fit well with the fight scenes and all of that stuff. It fits so well.
He did not direct, but he did produce.
Okay, so he probably had some sort of influence in parts of it at least.
Yeah, he was an executive producer.
Oh, which means he didn't do anything. Okay. He made money off of it. That's what he did. That's fine.
Oh shit! Fuck. Wow. He's gonna be directing Deadpool 2.
Oh, nice. Deadpool 2. I'm really excited for it. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
When does it come out?
Sometime in 2018.
Okay, not worried about it then. Um, so the way the music fits in movies lately is just a lot different than the way that I remember music before this. Before this, music wasn't part of the movie; it was a background to the movie.
It was an accent.
Yeah, and this feels like it's a part of it.
I think they're finally realizing how much music plays a massive tone in something.
Yeah. So
Because you can have something where it's just like it plays out and you have like an orchestral piece. But if you ever if like you've ever listened to a song and that just gets your blood pumping and your heart racing and you add that correctly, like you add it at a right point in a fight scene, you just go crazy. You're like, fuck yeah. It's amazing what audio will do to amp up a scene.
yeah. I don't know. So I don't know. The tone of the film felt really cool. The music definitely helped with it. Normally I don't. When it goes, oh, 10 days earlier, I'm just like, okay, whatever. This, like, in the beginning scene, obviously she's naked, but you actually see, like, all these bruises and stuff like that on her, right?
All her scars and cuts and just
Well,
everything that happened to her over the course of those 10 days.
well, and I don't know if you noticed this, but you can actually see throughout the movie where each of those bruises comes from.
No, I was well aware of each one of those.
That was so cool to me. I just like the way that it did that, how it
It had good continuity for the most part.
yeah, like the big bruise on her shoulder, you can see where that comes from.
Or where she got slammed through a table.
Yeah. One of the funniest moments in this movie, and I'm not going to mention what character this happens to, but when he gets the knife in the back and he's trying to get it out, and like right before he's trying to get it out, he falls against the fucking door, and
Just shoves it in deeper.
Yeah, and then he's trying to reach it, and it's in that one spot, that spot that you can't reach to itch.
Oh,
it's in that spot. That was so fucking funny. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, this is just an overall fantastic film.
Yeah, I really like this movie.
Yeah, if more films need to take, like, notes from this. Like, this is what good film making looks like, in my opinion. As far as action goes. I don't know about thrillers, but and the rest of the like, but I think this is a solid one.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a pretty good film overall. It didn't feel flat in any way, really.
Well, I was engaged the whole time. Which sometimes, like most of the time, I always feel like I disengage with movies while I'm watching them and I kind of zone out for periods of times. Like,
yeah,
huh?
I start playing with my Twitter or something.
Yeah, or just like fiddle or just like have random thoughts or think about different shit. This one, I felt engaged with the story every single second.
Yeah. It really played well for this movie.
So, do we have anything else to talk about?
Actually, let's. Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't see that until just now, in the Discord. Remember, I only have one screen.
Yeah, I know. I only have one screen, but I have multiple things open on that one screen. I pop in between all of them.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm trying to do too. Except I don't pay attention to the Discord unless you tell me to look at the Discord. But anyways, I'm gonna type something in there.
Okay. I can kind of predict what it's gonna say. So.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. We can make that a theme of the show. So, we're going to just talk about what we've been watching lately. I'm actually, it's paused on my TV screen right now. I'm watching the fifth Harry Potter movie right now.
Wait, which one?
Uh, what is this one?
Or is it just like all of them super cut together?
No, it's the fifth one.
Oh,
Order of the
Phoenix.
Yeah. How do you know that, but you don't like them?
No, I know the names of all the series. I've read all the books except the last one.
You got to read the last one. The last one's the best one.
No, I don't read it out of spite. Because Harry's such an emo little fuck in the second to last one. In the sixth one. The Half-Blood Prince.
Okay, so, what are you watching? Give me some.
I'm finally watching all of Cowboy Bebop in order.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? I fucking love Cowboy Bebop.
Weeb. That's why I'm sorry.
Oh, faggot.
You're a fucking weeb.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that over your faggotry.
Sorry, I couldn't be a faggot louder than you could be a weeb.
Not even a weeb.
You're a weeb. Weeb. So, no, what else am I watching? I just watched I Spit on Your Grave, the remake from 2010, yesterday.
I've actually never watched I Spit on Your Grave because everybody just said it was just kind of meh.
It kind of is. I watched it before, but I rewatched it because I thought it was better than it is. I may watch the second one anyways. I don't know. I'm dumb.
And you're rightfully disappointed.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
And like I said, I rewatched Shawshank Redemption, and then I'm kind of bouncing around a few different shows.
Oh, and then, like I said earlier, I watched Dunkirk.
I'm jealous. I really want to watch
It's
that.
on the thing. Watch the thing.
Okay, I'll watch the thing.
So what else? I'm watching American Ninja Warrior still. No, Hateful. It's not that. That doesn't make him a weeb. Everything else about him makes him a weeb.
No, if you actually met real weebs, you'd understand.
You're a Tanuki weeb. Oh. Cocksucker. Cocksucker.
Huh?
Cocksucker. Oh, so good, right?
Really? Cocksucker?
Oh god, you guys gotta watch the movie. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That was a throwback from the beginning of the film. Holy shit.
Oh man, it's like I've seen long callbacks that I've never seen one start from the very beginning and then come back at the end.
Yeah, and it was such a like a one-off, just throwaway joke that seriously it comes back strong, my friends.
Oh, so good.
What else are you watching?
I have this habit of rewatching I'll never say something's kawi ever hateful. But what am I watching? I've been going back and watching Mind of a Chef and different cooking shows just because I've experimented with a few things, so it's like kicked up my love of cooking again.
Yeah.
So I feel like I hit a plateau at one point, and then I finally overcame that plateau, so I'm increasing my skills again. So I'm trying to like absorb knowledge from different sources. That, and sometimes like having cooking shows in the background is a lot of fun. I need to watch Demolition Man again, Hateful. Need to watch that shit again.
Are we talking about Wesley Snipes and...
Yeah.
Okay. And Stallone. That's what it was.
Yeah. And the three shells.
You know what I want to watch again? I want to watch the newer Dread movie. That I watch that probably once a month. It's good though.
It's a good film though.
God, I tried to go through and watch Star Trek: The Next Generation a few weeks ago, or probably a few months ago. I couldn't do it. It starts out really slow. The show does.
I've never watched it, so I've not watched a lot of Star Trek. I've only watched the original series so far, and I know you have a problem with it because it's way too campy.
What, the original? Yeah, I can't do it. I tried. I can't do it. I that's why I can't watch the original Doctors, is because they're campy. And it's bleh.
I think it's just, for me, that just adds an element to it. Like, I embrace the campiness.
Have fun with that.
Hey, if I enjoy it, then that's all that matters.
But then again, like, I go through and I watch 80s slasher flicks, so,
Wait, like all the Friday the 13th? Even Jason in Manhattan?
I haven't gotten to that one yet, actually, yeah. I was buying them all at one point, and then...
What about Jason Goes to Hell? You watch that one?
It's been a long time.
It's awful.
Yeah. Dread is amazing.
Yeah, Dread really is. And I've gone back and watched, like, Judge Dredd with Stallone. Oh my god, is that a garbage fucking movie.
Yeah, it really is.
It's so terrible.
Now I want to go. I want to go back and watch Gattaca, even though it's so slow. It's such a good movie.
Never watched it.
You never saw Gattaca?
I told you, it just at one point you just need to get together and make a list of all the movies I haven't seen that I'm quote unquote supposed to have seen, and I'll just go through and watch them all.
I'm gonna hurt myself because of you, just so you know. Oh God, how are we friends?
Because of our mutual assholiness.
That's true. Okay.
Well, that's out of the way.
I think that let's see, where are we at? Did you see how long we've been going? We've been going for an hour and 27 minutes. I thought that. Did you have anything else you wanted to say on Atomic Blonde before we go?
I gotta say, I like the spray paint style of how they introduce things.
That was cool. I did like that.
Yeah, it really adds to the time period and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like the aesthetic of this film just embodies the 80s, but also gives it like a gloss almost. Mm-hmm. Where it's not as like, you see in a lot of films where it's just like they show the 80s, but it's all like clean and sharp and whatnot. This one gives it like in a high resolution gloss where it's like there was violence, it was all fucked up and whatnot, but it was interesting and fascinating. Things were going on, and it wasn't slow at all.
This movie,
this has excellent fucking pacing.
Yeah, it does. There are lulls, but there are lulls when there need to be lulls.
It's funny when it needs to be funny, sad when it needs to be sad, and serious when it needs to be serious.
Was there really any sad parts?
Oh, I mean, when the guy died at the beginning, and you knew that like she had like some affection for him.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Huh.
And then when her new girlfriend died.
Yeah.
But those are actually needed deaths. It's kind of like how I feel about Logan. Like in the movie Logan, I felt that his death was necessary for that movie to come together.
Yeah, yeah.
Like sometimes death is needed in a film to not just like, oh well, this gives the motive, but to like, it gives the plot meaning and reason.
Yeah. So I think that we can pretty much wrap it up there. What do you think?
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to change the title. So.
Nah, fuck it. I'm leaving the shit there.
All right, we're lazy motherfuckers.
No, I'm a lazy motherfucker, and the shit's already there. It's already there. It's the name of the show. So Thank you guys for stopping by again. And I actually, honestly, I thought this was going to be the longest show ever because we had 10 trailers that we had to go through, but there wasn't really a lot to say about a lot of them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, with trailers, you can burn through them pretty easily, anyways.
yeah, yeah, we definitely, yeah, trailers you burn through way faster than you do like a review of a movie.
So, any final words?
Eat more chicken.
Chicken's good.
That's the best I got. So, thank you guys for stopping by. We have been Subconscious Devil and Wild Tanuki. This is the Radical Tangent. Say goodbye to the people, Tanuki.
Bye, people.